Okay, today we are playing a game on Lijiang Tower. We are in the Gold SR range, and we will be playing 2 rounds as Reaper and 1 round as Junkrat. We are also on the console today, so consider yourself forewarned. Current team composition is Reinhardt, D.Va, Reaper, Soldier 76, Moira, and Lucio. Usually, you would rather have the Ana than the Moira, but I am informed by people who actually play on the console, and therefore know what the fuck they're talking about, that Moira is usually considered better than Ana, as a main healer at least, on the console, because aiming is harder. So there you go. So let's start the game. So we're on Garden first. Not the worst map for Reaper, but if the enemy team deigns to pay attention, it can be a little bit unfortunate sometimes. So we've gotten up on the Roadhog. He went to hook someone else. I would like to wait for him to hook someone else before really doing something aggro, because we shoot at him before he hooks. If he actually reacts to that and hooks us right now, then we get hooked like in front of his entire team, and we maybe die. And chances are he's gonna try and hook someone, so I would like to actually wait for that first rather than give away the fact we're there and, you know, risk hook and death. So there's a Doomfist. That's very inconvenient for us as Reaper, though we don't really have to worry about dying to Doomfist as Reaper unless we really fuck up. And we have not really fucked up so far. We really want this Roadhog. It's getting a little sketchy now. I'm not really that bothered trying to go for it, but it's a little bit sketchy now that his teammates are starting to regroup with him. Mostly the fact Bridget's right there, you know? And we did ask for this, but Roadhog can't really, like, one-shot Reaper. If they chained their CC a little bit better, it might have been bad. We've gone for a very aggro play. Wraith form currently down, and this is not exactly a subtle maneuver that we've attempted to execute. Like, oh yeah, look, he teleported right over there. Doesn't have Wraith form. There's 3 people with crowd control over here now. Didn't really work out too well, so much too aggro. At least while Wraith form is down. If Wraith form's off cooldown, you've got more leniency as Reaper, but even then, like, there was still like, a lot of people with crowd control right next to what we were doing. So, we've got Death Blossom built up. That's pretty cool, but unfortunately they have a lot of ways to interrupt our ultimate, so we have to be careful when we decide to do it. And hey, look at that. We managed to get 2 people. Tragically didn't get Roadhog as well, because he took a breather, but we did our job. Most of them are dead. They're regrouping after that one, and we will get back faster than them because we've got the Wraith form and the Shadow Step. Isn't it nice that Shadow Step isn't so bad anymore? Isn't it incredible that it's like almost an ability now? I know. Well, it's not almost an ability, it is an ability now. This was a very risky way to walk because there is a Roadhog over there, so we ended up having to use Wraith form to get across, and now Wraith form's on cooldown, which means we gotta be careful if we do anything aggro in the next few seconds. Wraith form did come off cooldown. Yep, Wraith form did come off cooldown, so we had the chance to Wraith away from that one. But that's the thing, with like, once you've used Wraith form, it's so much easier to die. Because if we've got Wraith form right there, we can react to coming face to face with McCree, Wraith form to dodge the flashbang, and then immediately start shooting the guy again. Because he was over there with some assistance, but I would have still gone for it if I could dodge the flashbang, which is of course the scary part of McCree. So we, you know, life is really difficult sometimes. Life is really difficult sometimes. We did teleport into the window, right? It is a little risky to teleport into the window when there's a fight happening on the checkpoint because, you know, this sort of thing can happen to you. Could have been like hooked, flashbanged right as we arrived, you know, if they've got like Widowmaker, Ashe, Hanzo type, they can headshot us, like, right as we appear, and, you know, so it's a little scary to go for that when there's a fight actively happening on the objective, but often not the end of the world for Reaper, to be honest with you. Reaper being a fairly sturdy boy, and, Wraith form is, of course, very good. So we are not full health right now, and we are coming out of, Wraith form right in front of these 2 people. If we, like, get some decent shots into them, we can start lifestealing, but Zarya didn't really look like she was that high energy, so it was surprising to take much damage that quickly, but not full health coming out of Wraith form right in front of 2 people. kind of scary. When they're both looking at you anyway, it's scary. If one of them is, like, kind of not paying attention to you, you know. Because Reaper, when the enemy team does... Oh, God. Wow, she just fucking forgot, apparently. She's got no object permanence. As soon as we teleported out of sight, she was like, well, good thing Reaper's gone. Oh, fuck. Oh, Jesus Christ, Reaper. Is what appears to have happened right there. We should not have gone for that shadow step. Like, that was the kind of thing where, like, Orisa really had to give us a free pass for that to, like, work at all, and then we just got clapped right afterwards anyway, so it didn't go too terribly well. I was making a point about something. Oh yeah, Reaper's a lot better when the enemy team is not paying attention to you, because, you know, Reaper's a very self-sufficient boy, so if the enemy team don't respond to you appropriately, they'll let you just kind of like hold down the fire button and walk straight through the entire enemy team a lot of the time. So Graviton happened right there. Not overly scary to us as Reaper, obviously, but scary to our teammates who got stuck in it. Genji did try to use Dragon Blade. It didn't really amount to too terribly much. Zarya was very high charge, so glad she's dropped that. Bridget, dead. A lot of their team just, like, really split up, and we managed to get a bunch of the squishy people all by themselves. We picked them off, so now we're coming to fight their tanks after they've lost their DPS and healers. So, that's nice. They also don't have a very good combo of healers, I should note, because they've apparently had Lucio Bridget, which is not a very good combo of healers. Bridget does more healing than you think she does, but not overly so. So I don't want to Wraith form up like this at the start, because this has not gotten us here significantly faster, especially since Lucio was speed boosting us. And now we don't have it when we're coming face to face with the enemy team, which is, of course, scary, being as it's our escape. Using, if you're gonna use Wraith form for, like, we're doing it right now, we're using Wraith form for the speed boost again, and now, like, we've come out of next to the enemy team, now we don't have Wraith form, so when bad things happen to us, we've got no recourse other than to just hope they fail to kill us, which they did not. You don't want to engage with Wraith form, you know, and, like, you don't even really want to engage with Wraith form so that you can use Death Blossom, because that's, like, the hardest telegraph you can possibly give, right? Like, when the Reaper is Wraith forming up to your team, what is your first thought? It's, oh, here comes Death Blossom. So everybody gets their crowd control ready and activates it as soon as you appear, so, and if you just Wraith form up to them to start fighting, then, well, now you don't have it, right? It's fine to use it to, like, dodge abilities in the middle of a fight. Like, if you're coming up around a corner, you start fighting a McCree, then okay, you use Wraith form to dodge the flashbang, cancel it, and then immediately start clicking the McCree, because after he's used flashbang, he is significantly less scary to you. It's fine to do that kind of thing, like dodge abilities with it, but you don't want to, like, Wraith form up to people to start fighting them. It's a very poor engage. It's better to just, like, shadow step somewhere, walk up to them, you know, and then start fighting, rather than wraithing up to them to start fighting. So whole team dead right now. We shouldn't even be this far up. We should have just been leaving, because it's not like we're gonna poke anybody from long range as Reaper, right? So we just risk death, feed them ult charge, just disengage. So we're definitely thinking about teleporting over to there right now. Potential for sadness doing that. We've just walked around instead. They definitely know that we're coming. Sombra is over here with us, so we are not doing this alone, so that's fine. And we ended up managing to get the Zenyatta off that as well, so everything's going well. Sombra picked up that health kit first. Greedy bitch. And now we had to wait for it. And, things are going well. Unfortunately, didn't actually manage to kill anybody. This because they had sound barrier. Great, yeah, Lucio used sound barrier right there. Yeah, you know, unfortunate. So, real big mess. She's pretty fucking dead. Genji was using Dragon Blade, but it didn't really amount to too terribly much, because, I mean, things started going pretty badly for them once they all got earth shattered, didn't it? So now they have a Sombra. Not the biggest deal to us as Reaper, but still of some concern, because if we get locked out of using Wraith form, that can end up being terribly sad for us, as it has a couple of times now so far. We haven't even been locked out of it yet, we've just, like, not had it, right? So we've been hacked, we can't use Wraith form now. It did come off cooldown, but we were hacked, so we couldn't use it. So we've got, you know, now that they have a Sombra, we do have to be careful the fights we pick, because if we pick a fight in view of Sombra, then suddenly we can't guarantee we'll get to Wraith form out, which means we will need to either focus Sombra, be ready to Wraith out early, or if we're committing to the fight, we've got to be sure we're committing to, like, a good fight. So I'd actually rather not use Death Blossom right now, because these two people are not looking at us, so they don't fucking know. Did we Wraith form up to these people? Yes, we did. So, you know, they don't know we're coming, but we just talked about Wraithing up to people to use Death Blossom. Bad business. But I don't want to use Death Blossom right now, because neither of these people are looking at us, and Zenyatta is mad easy to kill as Reaper, especially if he doesn't know you're coming. In fact, if we start using Death Blossom, we'll actually probably end up giving him more time to react and use Transcendence than if we just started shooting him in the back, because Death Blossom, if you can get, like, a decent shot into Zenyatta's back, which is not hard, he's literally a floating box, like, you can end up killing him faster with just your basic attack than Death Blossom. And neither of these people are looking. Orisa is, like, not gonna die to Death Blossom flat out. We're always gonna need to do more damage to her. So I'd rather just kill Zenyatta and then start killing Orisa, because what's she gonna do once she's alone, right? And then we can save Death Blossom to use for the next team fight instead. So we did have Wraith form here. We just decided to try and fight the Doomfist, but that's scary, because he can punch us real fucking good. He is a hero that we can use Wraith form to dodge an ability and then continue fighting, but that would be a risky move to perform right there, given their teammates were going to be reinforcing regardless at that point, so using Wraith form just to dodge an ability right there would be scary. Many things would be scary. I'm very good at repeating the same things I've said over and over again. It's my superpower. It's a very unfortunate superpower, but it is the one I have. It's very sad. So why are we using Wraith form right now? Like, so we're thinking about going in for this fight right here, but things are not looking good. Yeah, I don't know why we used Wraith form right there. Didn't need to use Wraith form. So things are not exactly going too terribly well in this fight, though, so we want to wait for our teammates at this point. Don't bother, like, poking, prodding like this as Reaper, because it doesn't do anything. Like, so here's the thing, you're not doing anything because we aren't getting any ult charge off of this, right? Like, Reaper is not exactly a long-range hero, right? So us doing the shooting isn't doing anything, because we're not gaining ult charge. We're risking dying, because we're fighting up here while our teammates are regrouping. We're giving them ult charge, because they've got longer range heroes, so if they shoot us, they're going to get ult charge. But there's also the mental side effect, right? They can see us while we're doing this. And one of the things that's scariest about Reaper is, if he sneaks up behind you, you die real fucking fast. So if they can see us, they never have to worry about that, because they know we're right fucking there. So there's no chance he sneaks up on me. So we aren't gaining ult charge, we're risking death, we're giving them ult charge, and they are not afraid and watching their backs because they know where we are, so they know there's no risk of a flank from us. So if your teammates need to regroup and you're playing Reaper, but like any flanker really, maybe not Genji. Genji can poke from decent enough range that he gets ult charge out of it, you know, and it's hard to hit, but like, all flankers really, like, when your teammates are regrouping, you just want to wait for your teammates to regroup, because you can't do shit by yourself still. Like, you need people to be drawing aggro for you, even if you're a flanker, and you just can't do shit long range. And that's why Genji's the exception. He can actually do shit at, like, he can poke from a decent range, right? So, flankers, not good when their teammates are regrouping. Why did we use Wraith form? This is a very, not good use of Wraith form. This is just using it to get here faster. Don't do that. If you're gonna use Wraith form for the movement speed, you need to have, like, a really good reason to use Wraith form for the movement speed. So, like, getting back to the point in overtime, something like that, right? Like, you need a good reason to use the move speed. You're chasing after someone, and you just need, like, the speed boost to finish them off, right? Something like that. Don't use it just to, like, get to a fight quicker, because then you get to the fight and you don't have your escape. You don't have your dodge either, right? Because it's either you can use it as an escape, or you can use it to dodge abilities and crowd controls, ultimates, and all that. So wraithing up to fights is very bad. We did use it there as sort of an escape at the same time, so that one's not so bad. So we've ended the Reaper segment now. We are on to the Junkrat segment of the game. And this is a pretty good map for Junkrat. The point is relatively enclosed. You've got a lot of sightlines you can play around with, so good map for Junkrat usually. We've managed to trap their Doomfist. He's none too smart, it turns out, so that's very convenient for us. That was our last mine, right? That we used right there? That's our last mine. We've almost got another one. It's fine. It's not the end of the world. I was about to complain about not having a mine for an escape. Right here, we're using it to, like, finish people off in the fight, so that's not so much of a big deal. Basically, I'm looking for things to complain about, which is sort of the point of this whole arrangement, right? So, do forgive me. We're gonna get this guy, like, sooner or later this guy's gonna die, so, like, the longer he drags it out, the better for us, honestly. Because now, Reinhardt's just more staggered than he would have been if he just accepted that death sooner. So we've gotten control of the point right now. We do have a trap somewhere. I don't know where the trap is. We do want to have a trap out as much as physically possible. I don't like this UI color, because I was like, do we have a trap out? And I had to, like, squint at the icon a little bit to see it, but we do have a trap out. We want to have a trap out somewhere, even if, like, it's not a great place. It's just better to have one somewhere rather than nowhere, you know? That's the thing that always tweaks me with Widowmaker players when we watch their videos. Like, 100% of the time when we watch a Widowmaker video, which is a relatively small sample size compared to the other heroes we've seen, but with 100% accuracy, the Widowmaker player always never uses Venom Mine. Like, the cooldown just sits there doing nothing for, like, the whole 15 minutes the game is running, and it always upsets me. Like, just put that button out there somewhere, my dude. Just put the Venom Mine somewhere. I don't care if it's not a good spot, just do fucking something with it, rather than having the cooldown sitting there doing nothing for the whole game. No value. So we're after McCree right now. We got him. He does have flashbang. It's scary for us to go and fight him. Many things are scary. It's scary for us to go and fight him as Junkrat because of that. We can, like, space it out, but, you know, he fucked it up, so, hey, good for us. But a risky move all the same because he has the crowd control. So we've got to be careful how we, like, space that fight out. Trap got broken, we replaced that. Hooray, thank goodness. We're using the trap, that's good. I guess we're expecting someone to come around there. No one actually did. Oh, D.Va just ate Graviton. Nice. I did hear her use her ultimate and wondered where it went. D.Va didn't eat the Blizzard, though, D.Va. You only ate one of them, you didn't eat the other one. Jesus Christ, Dad, is nothing good enough for you? No. No, I ate the Graviton, well, eat the fucking Blizzard as well. You ate the main course, eat the dessert too. God damn it. Oh, yeah, we're gonna be lucky to get away with this one. I would've just thrown myself off the map, because highly unlikely to get out of that one alive, and if we throw ourselves off the map, they don't get any ult charge off of us, we die a little faster, so we can be regrouping with our teammates, because as you can see, they've had to wait for us, because they've, well, they haven't had to wait for us, they're not waiting for us, but they were waiting, now they're getting up there to fight, you know, they were getting up there to fight as we were respawning, so, suboptimal. They just got emped in here, we're rolling the tire in, hooray, big money. They got emped, not much they can do about that one. Nice. Now you just gotta finish off the Zarya. Again, she's going to die, so the longer she drags it out, the better for us. Give him the emote. All good. Now, we've only got to win one more fight to actually win the game. Hooray. And they've got to win, like, 3 more fights to win the game. So things are going well for us. Squarely in our favor. They don't have too many ultimates to use right now, but if Reinhardt doesn't block Earth Shatter like that, Well, they don't need too many ultimates, do they? As we can see. Fucking Reinhardt players, man. God damn. They never want to hold that shield up. They always let it happen. Hold on. Your boy felt like he swallowed a whole cactus. An entire cactus. So we lost that fight. Not the end of the world. We don't have any ultimates to use, unfortunately. We're really close to ours. We're playing Junkrat, so it's not like it's hard for us to build charge, right? Look at that. We hit one thing. Bam, we're done, pretty much. So we've got Riptire. Riptire by itself might be enough to win the fight. Yep, just wait it out. We see this, the sound barrier came through, so just, like, play it cool, play it cool. Yeah, we got 2 of them. Shame we didn't get more, but 2 out of 6 is a pretty good ratio. Okay, I was like, that was very scary. I think we killed Junkrat with our Riptire, so there wasn't much fear of him, like, coming around the corner. I'm not gonna go back for it now, but when we stepped on the trap, I would like to throw the trap, like, in the doorway, just in case, like, someone came around that corner, you know? That could be unfortunate for us, but no such fears had, so everything went well. We must have got play of the game. There's no way, yeah, there's no way we didn't get play of the game. Good job, us. Good job, team. I remember it like it was yesterday. Sombra's like, I made this, though. This was my play. Fuck you, Sombra. It was us. It was all us. So thing that stood out the most, using Wraith form as Reaper, like, easily was the thing that stood out the most, just, like, using it quite frivolously. Led to us dying several times. Didn't get punished every time that we should have done, but we got punished a lot of the time, so definitely the Wraith form usage. And, like, exposing ourselves as Reaper while our teammates are regrouping, so, you know, already covered that one, won't belabor the point again, but those are the 2 things that stood out the most. Not much stood out on the Junkrat side of things. You know, we put the trap down, and that is honestly the thing I was most excited to see if we actually put our trap down somewhere, so great job, team. So thank you very much for watching if you did. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to answer. If you haven't already, you can join our Discord and ask questions more directly and have a conversation about them, or just shitpost with us. I've started streaming on Twitch Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, 7 p.m. EST to 11 EST. There's a link to the channel in the description. And if you managed to make it all the way through the video and somehow still enjoyed it, please like the video and subscribe for more content of middling quality in the future. And I hope you found the video helpful.